special layers of a city, including its people, buildings and shops, can be seen by anyone, with each person having a similar view. But inspiration is found deeper. It's found by viewing things with fresh perspective, experiencing more dimension. It's about experiences that reveal unfamiliar scents, melodies unheard, textures untouched, and locals who soon become friends. Immerse yourself in the exploration of new cultures. Discover hidden gems, a deeper world within the world, while at the same time discovering more about yourself. With overnight stays and docking at smaller, less traveled ports, Azamara invites you to step ashore as an insider through a destination immersion experience. Explore further.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Let's try that again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Beautiful inCruises people, how are you? Hello, everyone. Let me hear from you. Where are you from in the chat box? Let's see, where are we traveling the globe today? Italy, beautiful. I saw North Carolina in the US earlier. Mongolia, amazing. Spain, awesome. Romania, Turkey, awesome, beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody. By the video, hopefully that's a little hint of what we have coming up for you today in the webinar. A brand new cruise line guest, so we'll leave that introduction for a little later, but we're really happy to be back. Apologies for missing the end of April. We did have one earlier in April, but we're here, we're consistent, we're here to deliver some updates, some news, and talk to you about some great products that you may not know about. Just a couple housekeeping. If you need to see translations, click on the globe in your center screen, pick your translation, and also in the chat box with the globe, you can pick a translation to your mother tongue language. So Erie, if you would go ahead and serve up the presentation. Here we go. And today, Tati and I, Tatiana, I think everybody, if you haven't met Tati, you will today. But she and I will be sharing some of the delivery of our information and updates today. I don't know why that says March edition. I guess that's an oversight, but we're in May, at least last I checked. Okay, so first thing, Sea Trade, and maybe this would be a good time, Erie, if you could play the video.
Hello, team. I'm really excited and happy to be in at Sea Trade Cruise 2022. You might ask, what is Sea Trade Cruise 2022? It's the largest global conference end-to-end in the cruise industry. From the architects that design the ships to the travel trade, like inCruises, that put heads in beds on the ship. As inCruise representing this industry, we've never participated in this particular conference before. We've put together a pretty significant sponsorship, met with several of the CEOs, PR people, hotel managers, port destinations, the important stuff to help our business grow and your business grow. It's all happening here. We're just so excited to be a part of it this year. And it's really just the first of many years doing this. that you'll use this content to grow your business. So we'll have more information, more video, and more content coming to you very soon. Wow. So that just gives you a little hint about what Sea Trade Cruise Global is. This is an industry conference that happens every year. COVID obviously put a little bit of a hiccup in that cadence. But we were very proud to be there. And for anybody who questions, is inCruise for real? You guys really, you have cruise lines that you work with? And I mean, here's the proof in the pudding. We also sponsored a VIP reception the evening before the trade show, and had some great connections. We call it business on the beach, but we had some great connections with industry leaders, such as you see in this picture here. Arnold Donald, who's the CEO of the Carnival Group, Pier Francesco Vago, who is the CEO of MSC Cruises, Jason Liberty, who's the CEO of the Royal Caribbean Group, Kelly Craighead, who's the executive president of CLIA, right? And you've heard me talk about CLIA before. So what were we doing there? We were really trying to open up and come out with inCruises brand, right? So one of our, as I mentioned before, one of our missions is to build our brand. This is for me in the sourcing department within the industry, build our brand, build our reputation, and build awareness. So this was the perfect platform to really kind of launch that mission that we're after. And I just listed some of the cruise lines that participate in there. So next I want to just give you, these are fairly recent statistics from CLIA. Again, as a reminder, CLIA is the Cruise Line International Association. It makes up close to 90% of the cruise ships that you've probably sailed on or heard of. The ones that are not members of CLIA, you probably, maybe there's some in your specific corner of the world, but pretty much everything we're promoting and working with is a CLIA member. Probably no surprise, the largest market, source market. So the country that are putting the most people on cruises is North America, right? So North America technically is in the cruise industry world, that is USA and Canada. Behind that and growing is Western Europe. And that would be all the Schengen region countries. Behind that is Asia, Australia, and South America, which South America is a booming area for inCruises, for all of my Latin American friends on the call. What does this mean, right? So cruising started in North America, but inCruises, because we are a global company, a company without borders, and we have tons of opportunity to really shine for the cruise lines from Europe, from South America, from Asia, and from Australia, right? North America, yes, we have a stand-hold, and the cruise lines are quite good at their marketing and sourcing from North America. But we're an opportunity for the cruise line, which makes it very interesting for cruise lines to want to work with inCruises. What's the destinations that people are traveling to on cruises? Well, North Americans like to go to the Caribbean. And Bermuda and Bahamas. Not to say they're the only ones that do, but this is where cruising, as we know it today, really started. So it's no surprise that North America is the largest destination. Asia and China has been growing significantly. Central and Western Med, Australasia, and Panama Canal, South America. Can anybody guess what the #1 destination is for inCruises on cruise ship? Throw it in the chat box. Love to hear your guesses. And I'll give you a hint, it's not the Caribbean. Okay, it's Western Med. Western Med is by far the leading destination for the inCruise market. One thing that's not on here, because it's a growing market, is the UAE and Dubai. That is also one of our top
destinations, and then probably followed by the Caribbean for inCruises in that order. Again, what does this mean? Asia and China, where we do have some representation. South America, I mean, booming market, as I said, for inCruises. So again, this is opportunity because cruise lines want new to cruise, which is a lot of inCruises members, and they also want markets where they're not getting much business from. And hello, that's who we are at inCruises. Third and last slide on statistics. Cruising's really back. We say, we've been saying this for some time. This is an illustration of the return to service. As of right now, 80% of cruisers say they will cruise again, right? So these are repeat cruisers, same as the pre-pandemic. So there's confidence in those that have taken a cruise before. Passenger volume, right? Onboard ships, 12% above the 2019 levels by the end of 2026. So we've still got a hill to climb to reach that pre-pandemic level, but we're moving in that direction. To help us move in that direction, the cruise lines have 75 new ships on order. That's right, 75. And each one of these ships probably runs $600-700 million to $1 billion to construct. The 75 new ships on order to be delivered from now until 2027. Since the restart, over 5 million passengers have sailed. That's great. I still say, we know that the ships have lower occupancy. Those of you that have been on a cruise recently probably have an experience where there's no lines and no crowds and, a lot of open space on board a ship that may not have been that way before, depending on the ship or the brand that you're sailing on. There are some pockets where, holiday sailings and special occasions, right? The ships could be quite full. But we know that there's room to grow. And, as the pandemic gets further and further behind us, more and more cabins, there won't be any capping of inventory by the cruise lines. More cabins will be available. And in the graph here, you can see, by July of 2022, we will be at nearly 100%. Several of the cruise lines have already reported 100%. One of the biggest challenges for cruise lines right now is staffing. So this is why there may be some delays in bringing other ships back is staffing, visas, transportation, restrictions by certain countries. So this all contribute to the very complex activity of staffing the ships. Documentation. So we've had, many of you have been subject to having to get a visa, right, to travel to the country that you're going to board your cruise vacation, right, the embarkation port. And it's been tougher for some markets to get visas. And some of that friction or challenge is, getting the proper documentation from inCruises. So we've launched an initiative and a project where we have validated all of the cruise lines that we have so that you can get a confirmation or visa letter that shows your name on it, the brand, cruise line, the ship, the date of embarkation, and most importantly, that you have a reservation number and that the booking is paid in full, and it indicates so on the visa letter or confirmation. So the way you get these is contacting our support team with the ticket, and then we will produce the visa letters. Note, cruises will not be paid in full sometimes at the cruise line until inside of 70 days for sailing. So many visa letters we cannot issue inside of 70 days prior to sailing. But we want to do this well in advance. So as soon as you're 2 months out from your cruise, you should be requesting your visa letter if you need one. And then our team will coordinate with the cruise lines and our booking partner to provide these visa letters. Okay, destinations. I'm going to turn this over to Tatiana, and she can talk about all the destinations that she's been to and can recommend certain activities in these destinations. Tati, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, dobry dzień, dobry wieczór, buongiorno, buenos dias, buonasera. I don't know, we have so many people in so many languages, and I am so excited to see all of you here. I actually just came back from a cruise myself. This was my first cruise after COVID, after 2020, and I booked through inCruises, as you can guess, and I was just so happy to be back at sea. I mean, cruising is the best form of traveling by far. You cannot compare it with anything, right, Steve?
That's right.
We love cruising. So coming back from a cruise, we always feel so inspired. We always want to share what we did. We want to tell about our adventures, about destinations, about the ships. So together with our marketing team and together with our social media marketing team, we are trying to implement more initiatives to really share this knowledge. We want to show you how to cruise. We want to tell you where to cruise. We want to share some tips and tricks. We want to tell you what to pack when you go on a cruise, what to do when you get to a certain port. So we started the Destination Expertise blog. I was lucky enough to be selected to share this information with our inCruises family. And so we just posted our first blog. It was about Alaska, and we called it 10 Reasons Why Alaska Has to Be on Your Bucket List. So if you've read this blog, give me some thumbs up. If you haven't read this blog, it is on our cruise blog in our destination section. So always check it. If you go to inCruises and if you go to Cruise Spotlight, you will see all of our blogs. And here we want to share some insider tips. We will also talk a lot about European cruises because now the Mediterranean season is out. I know that a lot of our members will travel to Europe, will travel to Italy and Spain and France and Greece. So we want to give you more information about this. So once again, check our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and of course our cruise spotlight on incruises.com. And the other thing that is very important, and you can also find on Cruises Spotlight, are our promotions. So here I will go through some of them, but once again, if you go to Cruise Spotlight, you will see all the information about these promotions that are active right now. So let's start with MSC. MSC has just extended their promotion, All In at Sea. MSC, All In at Sea. That's easy to remember, right? So with All In at Sea, that you can book at this moment, you get, let me just make sure that I don't miss anything because you get a lot of benefits. You get a drink package with cocktails, spirits, beer, liquors, alcohol-free drinks. You get free Wi-Fi for 2 devices. And you get 25 euro credit per person to spend on your spa, to spend on your excursions, to spend on your specialty dinings. And I need to mention, it is such a great opportunity to book a package like this because you use your inCruises points to have all these perks on board the ship. So when you're cruising, you don't really need to worry about spending extra cash. So we always encourage you to take advantage of these promotions. This was with MSC. The next one is with Costa. Costa La Dolce Vita sale has just rolled out. It is brand new, and it gives you up to 200 onboard credit. So once again, if you book with Costa La Dolce Vita sale, you will have $200 to spend on specialty dining. You can buy a drink package. You can go on excursion. You can go to a spa and relax. You can buy Wi-Fi. You can do whatever you want. You can buy some souvenirs with Costa. Anything you like, 200 onboard credit. The next brand is Carnival. I know we have a lot of people who love Carnival, and Carnival has just celebrated 50 years anniversary. Can you imagine? 50 years they've been cruising. And they have their Thunderstruck promotion, which is running all year long. So you do have time to take advantage of it. Thunderstruck will give you the best rates. They're really lowering down the rates for inCruises family, and you will get a 2-category upgrade within your category. That means if you get a balcony, you will just get a better balcony. If you have an ocean view, you will get a better ocean view. You will get it to the forward of the ship, maybe bigger cabin, but it will be better than you initially booked it. And also you will get $50 onboard credit to spend on anything you like with Carnival. And the last brand that I want to mention is Norwegian. They have 70% off and all free at sea. Norwegian is super popular. They're sailing in the Caribbean, in the Mediterranean, so definitely take advantage of this offer. It has been extended, so it is still available. So you will get 70% off for the second guest. You will get an open bar for your drinks. You will get specialty dining, $50 per person for shore excursions, and Wi-Fi. Once again, I just can't emphasize it more. Always take advantage of these promotions because you're spending inCruises points instead of spending cash on board. These are incredible, and I always, always, always recommend everyone to take advantage of these. Now, all of these offers are also available in our Cruise Spotlight. If you didn't have time to write these down, go to Cruise Spotlight and we have all this information for you. We have more really nice promotions for you, but we will have a special guest who will tell you about those. And now probably to the most exciting part, we will have a few new cruise lines joining inCruises this year. Steve and I have been working so hard to make sure that they're joining our family. So this year we will have Margaritaville at Sea, Virgin Voyagers, and Explorer Journeys joining us. I highly recommend to Google these companies to learn everything about them. They are 3 completely different brands offering very different types of vacations. But I know that our members and partners are so excited about them. Now, Margaritaville at Sea, I don't know if you've heard about Margaritaville restaurants and hotels. They are all around the United States and the Caribbean. And it is this beautiful, relaxing Caribbean vibe. If you want to really feel Margaritaville vibe, Google Jimmy Buffett and listen to a couple of his songs. This cruise line will be offering 2-day, 3-night sailings to the Caribbean. So it is perfect for this short vacation or a weekend in paradise. If you want to swim with pigs in the Bahamas or swim with dolphins or just relax on the beach, Margaritaville is perfect. Now, Virgin Voyagers. Everyone has heard about Virgin. We've been waiting for this company to become a part of inCruises family for so long. We are still finalizing some technical details. They are not going to be available in the next month, but they should be with us by the end of this year. I mean, everybody knows Virgin. It will be all-inclusive, adults only, incredibly luxurious, beautiful ships. Virgin now has 2 ships, Scarlet Lady and Valiant Lady, cruising in the Caribbean and in the Mediterranean. I mean, I cannot wait to go on this cruise myself because it will be absolutely incredible. And the last brand I want to mention quickly is Explorer Journeys. We are also so thrilled to have them as part of inCruises. If you have ever cruised on MSC and cruised in the yacht club of MSC, Explorer Journeys is the entire ship, like a luxury yacht club. It is ultra luxurious, high-end group. They have their first ship coming out this May, all-inclusive, high-end. The first year they will be traveling all around the world, and we just cannot wait to show you those cruises. So we're very excited. We cannot wait to really enroll them into our booking platform. So stay tuned, and we will have them there shortly. And now the most exciting part of the presentation is our special guest. Steve, would you introduce our special guest, or should I?
Sure. Many of you are familiar or have, arm's length familiarity with Azamara. Azamara is a brand that's been growing within the inCruise, booking flow and volume that we do. So we're very pleased to have Lionel, who will be representing the Azamara brand and giving a lot of information about, what their value is, where they're going, what's it like on board, so this can be a consideration amongst other brands for you when you're choosing your holiday and your next excursion. So, Iri, without further ado, if you can bring in Lionel.
Please give Lionel some love. Send us big hearts for Lionel.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm so happy to be here. It is quite exciting to see all of you and to see the feedback and all the translations and where everyone is. So good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. How does tomorrow look like? I'm sure some of you are at tomorrow. So, but it's exciting to be here with all of you and to present to you Azamara. It is my pride and joy. I've been a part of the brand for quite some time, over 11 years, and I'm very excited to bring to you Azamara. So let's see here. Today, my goal is to just tell you about what makes us unique. It's really the ultimate goal that I have with my presentation is there are so many cruise lines out there, so many opportunities for you to travel and experience. And so why should you choose to travel with Azamara? And so for that, I want to present to you this video. I think it does a really good job of illustrating it with pictures and videos. So here we go. Oh, there you go.
Push beyond the obvious and perspective is open to change. When you see parts unknown in ports less known, unwind, stay the night, and just slow down. Wander, but never wonder what a place is really like. The difference is night and day. Azamara, change the way you see.
I just want to see, well, maybe bear with me. There you go. So our whole purpose is to connect people with people, to connect people with cultures, people with themselves, and give you the opportunity to see the world through a different perspective. So many times cruises are all about getting you on the ship, rushing you back to the ship, going to the next destination. But wouldn't it be great if you could just slow down, savor the moment, connect with the food, connect with the people, connect with the culture of the destination? So that's why at Azamara, I say that Azamara is a land vacation company that uses floating hotels. Did you get that? We are a land vacation company that uses floating hotels because over 80% of the time that you are on board with us, you will actually be in the destination. More than half of your stops will be a late night departure of 8 p.m. or even an overnight departure. So if you want to go enjoy dinner in the destination, maybe watch a show in the destination, maybe, let's say when we overnight in Bordeaux in France, beautiful France, on the Garonne River, you want to spend the night in a chateau in Saint-Emilion. You can do that with Azamara while the ship waits for you. Or what about when we overnight in Mykonos? Mykonos is known for its vibrant nightlife and all the activities that you can do in the evening. Well, why not get off the ship after dinner and go celebrate and go have fun and go visit that club or that night venue and come back whenever you remember to come back, because the ship will still be there for you because we are that floating hotel at sea. Well, we're very excited as a company because just this month, May 2nd, we introduced our fourth vessel. This is the Azamara Onward. And we named her over in Monaco. She has started her maiden voyage, and we're very excited because now we get to bring even more people and more ships to visit more destinations and bring them to life with Azamara. On Azamara, it's all about delivering destinations by giving you more time in port, more overnights. We have this beautiful nighttime experience that we call an Amazing Evening, which I'll share with you shortly. We visit to some of those smaller, lesser-known ports because our four identical ships only have 700 passengers, 400 crew. It allows us to sail to the ports less known or less traveled to. And on board, we're very non-pretentious, casual cruising. We have no formal nights. Our dress code is country club casual. So more to come. I'm going to keep sharing more of that. I hope you're enjoying this because I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking here and I can't see all the comments, but I'm seeing some fire emojis and some thumbs up emojis. So this is exciting. Now, another way that we separate ourselves in the cruise business is we've introduced this concept of cruising called country intensive. So I know so many of you watching this love either A, to count countries and visit new destinations, but on top of that, you probably want to go on your next vacation to one place. Let's say it's France or Italy or Spain, or let's say it's Japan or South Africa. Let's say it's Ireland, and maybe you want to be there and stay a while. Well, typically a cruise wouldn't provide that because there's not enough time to enjoy all that time there. But with Azamara, we have introduced this concept called country intensive, where the entire voyage, the entire length of your cruise is dedicated just to that one country. So I just want to share with you some examples so that you can see it, because I think seeing it is believing. So here's an Italian intensive. This is one where we overnight in Venice. We overnight in Florence. Notice there are only 1 day at sea on this itinerary. So if you love days at sea, you have a whole collection of other products that you can go on. But if you want to spend more time in the destinations, visit and just immerse yourself in that country, then you could try Azamara. Another example here, I wanted to share with you one other one. I'm going to go back a little bit here. I'm so sorry. Is the Ireland intensive. Look at this Ireland intensive, where we cover all of Ireland. And this one here says 22, but we're actually doing it in 2023 as well. And it's a 10-night program. It is lovely just to be able to wake up every day in a new destination, and a new destination in the same country. All right, now I want to go back to my Amazing Evenings. This is a night that we invite all of our guests on board to attend a magical evening under the stars in the heart of the city. So Azamara reserves a beautifully restored venue in the heart of the city. We invite all of our guests to attend. We take them there. And now remember, we only carry 700 guests. And at this venue, we present some form of local entertainment, introduce our guests to local food and the local culture. This evening is a night not to be missed, and I like to say that these evenings are ungoogleable. I can't wait to see how the translators translate that, ungoogleable. And the reason why they are ungoogleable is because you cannot buy tickets to these events. These are events exclusively curated just for our guests on Azamara. And this happens and is included on every single voyage, 7 nights or longer. Now on board, what can you experience? So we have, like I mentioned, 4 identical vessels: the Azamara Journey, the Azamara Quest, the Azamara Pursuit, the Azamara Onward, each carrying only 700 passengers and 400 crew to serve you while you are on board with us. These men and women, our 400 crew, are the reason why so many of you return to us again and again. Today, over 50% of our guests that travel with us are repeat guests. And it's because our men and women, our crew, make you feel like you belong, like this is your home away from home. And that's truly the environment that they try to present and help bring to you as you explore the world with us. On board Azamara, we have so many inclusions and opportunities. So we don't call ourselves all-inclusive, but we do call ourselves more inclusive. We include that Amazing Evening. We include gratuities. We include laundry. We include concierge service, your food, your drinks. This has all been thought of and curated for you, and it is included in your price. So what's not included with Azamara is your airfare, your shore excursions, and Wi-Fi. Now, these are things that you can still add as an add-on, but they're not included in the pricing when you quote and look to purchase an Azamara vacation. There's a number of types of staterooms that you can cruise with us. Yes, we have interior staterooms. However, I don't recommend those. I do recommend that you sail in one of our veranda rooms or one of our beautiful suites. But we do have insides, ocean views, we have verandas, and we have our suites. So you can come and enjoy Azamara and experience Azamara the way that you feel more comfortable. Dining. Now, you heard me mention this earlier. We have no formal nights on Azamara, and we have no set dining times with Azamara. We are open seating, and our dress code, like I mentioned, is country club casual. We have our main dining room, Discoveries. We have 2 specialty restaurants, Prime C, which is a steakhouse, Aquilina, which is an Italian restaurant. And then we have, which is one of my favorite restaurants, the Patio. The Patio is a pool grill out by the buffet, but at lunchtime, it serves everything that you are used to having on the grill. But in the evening, it serves an elevated menu, one that you cannot miss. So you have a trip booked with us, please do yourself a favor and enjoy dinner one night at the Patio. And make sure you do it before the last night, because I have a feeling you're going to love it and you're going to go back again. Onboard entertainment and wellness. So we do have a lounge called Cabaret Lounge. This is our main theater where we will present to our guests, to you, our shows every evening. Also, we have a full service gym and spa on board. The gym equipment is for you to use at your leisure when you want to. It's open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then the spa offers all kinds of services, obviously a la carte. Now, I have to remind you that if you are planning a vacation with us and you already are booked, don't forget, pack something white. I know I'm not wearing white right now, but this is not the white party. We will celebrate an evening under the stars on board the ship. While we're in port late at night, we will ask all of our guests to come dressed in white. our officers, you know, the men and women that normally hide behind the scenes, like the captain and the hotel director, they will be front and center serving you dinner poolside, cooking you dinner poolside. And then our entertainment staff will invite local entertainers from the destination. Our F&B team will procure local food from the destination, present to you a feast on our pool deck under the stars, and then the local entertainers will perform for you. And then our crew, our singers and dancers will perform for you that evening. This night is a fun night. So please come dressed in white. Don't miss it. So pack something white to wear. You could come if you don't wear anything white. It's totally fine. But why miss out? Enjoy, have fun with everyone else on board. We have multiple lounges and public spaces for you, but I want to point out more specifically the space on the right on this screen. This used to be our casino. I know you probably are wondering why I said it used to be our casino. Well, we eliminated our casinos fleet-wide because we had so few days at sea. And as you know, casinos are only open when the ship is at sea. So with 80% or more of the time in the destination, these casinos were closed. So we transformed the space to a venue called The Den. And this is on deck 5, midship. And our guests love to come here for a drink, to listen to the piano player. And it is a fun place to be. Now, let's talk about these land experiences. Not only what you can do, excuse me, I'm trying to not allow that to bother anymore. So here we go. Not only what you can do ashore when you're stopping in the destination, but how else you can enjoy land experiences. So let's talk about these shore excursions. So we have a collection of shore excursions from the locals and landmarks. These are the more traditional tours. Now, here's what's very interesting about our tours. They don't exceed more than 26 people. We don't have that many people on our tours. So that's going to give you a more intimate connection to the destination. We have some local experiences, local immersions. This will be, for example, one of my favorites I did was in Dubrovnik in Croatia. We actually visited a local's home and we prepared gnocchi by hand while the grandmother of the family was making a beef stew to put on top of our gnocchi that we're making by hand, while enjoying local wine that they press on from their vineyard, and also enjoying some olive oil and bread that they also grow and press from their olive trees. Now, some exclusive regional experiences, something a little bit more awesome. How about taking in Carnival in Rio, where we overnight in Rio during the Carnival Festival? Or how about the Monaco Grand Prix in Monaco? We have that coming up just this coming weekend. Will be the Monaco Grand Prix, and we will be docked right on one of the turns of the beautiful race, the Grand Prix. Or how about a golf tournament like the British Open, where we will be overnighting as well? So these are tickets to these wonderful experiences that you can buy so that you could experience the things that are to be experienced in these beautiful destinations. Or how about extending your cruise on a land vacation? So I know I said we're the land vacation company that uses floating hotels, but maybe you wanted to extend your stay in South Africa and do a African safari. So we've partnered with a company called Mikado to offer African safari tours before the voyage or after the voyage. Or maybe when you're doing a South American voyage, you want to extend your stay and do Machu Picchu. Well, we can do that and offer that to you as well. Or maybe you are a golfer and you enjoy playing golf and you know how you play in your hometown, in your community, or in the courses around you, but have you ever played some of the most world-renowned PGA courses around the world? You can do that with Azamara as well, with our partnership with Perry Golf. So I've learned in my time in presenting that sometimes repetition is important. So I want to remind you again that we are that land vacation company that uses floating hotels at sea. So let me highlight a few other itineraries. Some of these are country intensives because I think it's important. So here's a Scotland intensive. Notice only 1 day at sea. On this 12-night program, 2 overnights and 6 late-night departures. Pretty spectacular. Or we have a France intensive. This one, we are going to stop in Rouen, so you have some time to enjoy Paris. We're going to sail up the Garonne River and stay in Bordeaux. This one, again, only 1 day at sea with 3 overnight stays and 3 late night stays. And don't get tied up on these dates because we have this itinerary on all other dates. So you can reference the sites so that you can get and reach, use your resources at inCruises to see what your options are. But there are a number of different options. So don't get tied up on the dates specifically. Here's the Italian intensive that we talked about earlier. Or even if you just wanted to do the Mediterranean, look at this beautiful Mediterranean voyage, a 12-night program. During the 12 nights, you're visiting 11 different ports, 5 late nights, 1 overnight. This is so unique, so different. And in Marseille, by the way, we actually sail right into the town of Marseille. It is just amazing to see this, to think about all the beautiful places that you can visit, all the time that you could spend in these gorgeous destinations. I personally love food, so all the great food that you can enjoy, not only on board, but also, more importantly, in my opinion, ashore. Now, I know some of you may be more based in North America, or some of you might like to do the Caribbean. I love the fact how Stephen represented that actually the #1 product that you travel on is the Mediterranean. However, we do have some Caribbean, and we will be presenting our newest vessel, the Azamara Onward, to Miami, and that will happen in November of this year, and we will be there through February of next year. So you can try us in the Caribbean and give us a look and a taste. Now, if you have a lot of time on your hands, or you've ever imagined about exploring the world, you can do that with Azamara as well. So in 2024, January of 2024, we will set sail and embark on our first ever world voyage, 10 segments, 155 nights. We're calling it the 7 Wonders of the World on one immersive itinerary. This is going to be a voyage that you do not want to miss. As you can see, you will cover the globe on those 155 nights and 10 segments, and we would love to show you the world with the Azamara Onward. And of course, to make that possible, we have a lot of beautiful inclusions to make your stay and your time on board with us even more precious. All right, so let's talk about some of our promotions. I know you've heard some promotions from some lovely cruise suppliers as well that Tatiana shared with you. So I want to share with you what we are extending to you. We have our buy one guest, get the second guest half off, and we're extending a $500 onboard credit. Now, I know we're watching this live, and I know maybe some of you may watch it later. So I want to share with you that through June 10th, the 10th of June, we will be adding on select voyages an additional $500 onboard credit and 50% off the second guest. Now, don't forget, with Azamara, your gratuities are already included. Your beverage package is already included. That nighttime experience in the destination called our Oz Amazing Evening is also included. Now, if you want to plan a little bit further out and you want to really, think ahead, we do have our early booking bonus. This is going to be for those of you who want to plan maybe something in the summer of 2023 through, let's say, spring of 2024. We are extending a 20% discount. And if you choose to travel on or in one of our veranda accommodations or higher, you will receive a $300 onboard credit, a upgraded beverage package for 2, and free Wi-Fi. So with that, I will say thank you very much, and I'll turn it back to Tatiana and Stephen.
God, I literally have goosebumps after this presentation.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
I always wanted to cruise with Azamara, but after you presenting, I am literally searching for the cruise that I want to go on now because there are just too many options.
Yeah, it is quite awesome. I love our product. I think it's very unique, very special, and something that more people should know about. So I really appreciate the opportunity to share Azamara to your inCruises team.
Yeah, Lionel, great. It was as amazing. And I love the new term, Googleable. Googleable?
Ungoogleable.
Ungoogleable.
Lionel, I have to say there were not many questions,
Okay.
but there were so many wows and ohs and ohs. And I wrote down, somebody wrote, I just cannot wait any longer, running emoji. I'm running to book my Azamara cruise right now. Somebody said, I cruised with Azamara in Greece and Cyprus and I loved it. The service was impeccable. Many people said, I already have a white dress I'm packing right now. Some people said, I'm going to buy a white dress right now.
That's
so
awesome.
I just have to say that everyone was so excited. Someone said, Azamara is my new dream. I can't wait to experience Azamara. I mean, everyone was just blown away with your presentation.
Oh, that's great. Yes, thank you, Tatiana. Thank you so much for sharing that with me because I couldn't keep up and read it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's the enthusiasm's awesome. And you generated that, Lionel, so thank you. There were a couple questions that are Azamara related, and then some others that for a few minutes we can try and tackle. First one, which was a very recent question, are all of these promotions available through inCruises? Yes, I mean, the promotions that Lionel talked about are industry wide right now. So inCruises is part of the industry. So of course we have these promotions. And Tatiana will be continuing to place these in the Cruise Spotlight. So I would refer you to Cruise Spotlight so you know exactly which pricing code to select when you're in that booking flow. That will get you the $500 onboard credit, the 50% off second passenger, or if booking by June 10th, an extra 500 in the As Amazing experience. So those will be outlined in Cruise Spotlight.
They're actually already in our Cruise Spotlight.
Awesome.
It's already there.
Okay.
Not the flash, not the new flash sale, but the $500 is already there. So go and check the promotional code that you need to select when you choose your cruise.
Mm-hmm. I think I know the answer to this, but I'll take Lionel's stab at it. How does Azamara ships prevent rolling? I guess they're talking about pitching, being
Yeah,
a
sure. So
smaller ship versus some of the the mass market and premium brands.
I love that question. Thank you, Stephen. So Azamara uses our 4 vessels use stabilizers, as do most ships in the industry that travel with passengers on board. They use stabilizers to maintain a very comfortable experience for all guests. I know that there's theories or stories that are told about larger ships move less or smaller ships move more. I have to tell you something. If you don't know, the ocean is bigger than any cruise ship. So if the ocean is upset, you will feel it regardless of how big or how small your vessel, the vessel you're on, is. But I will tell you that we do use stabilizers that are fitted for the size vessel that we have. And so we do our best to maintain comfort for all of our guests when we cruise. But at the end of the day, if it is angry outside, you will feel it on the ship. So if you're afraid of motion sickness, my suggestion is choose a room as low bottom deck as possible in the middle of the ship. That will probably be the place where you would feel the least motion. But just know that any cruise ship that takes passengers, for the most part, has stabilizers to maintain a comfortable ride for all of you.